In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to set up your paper for the value assignment. So this value assignment is going to be all on one piece of paper. So we're going to set that up now so that as you watch the rest of the demonstration videos, you know exactly where to place each of these value exercises that we're going to do onto the paper. Okay, so the first thing we're going to place is where our step value scale is going to be, which we're going to do this at the top. So what you're going to do is about an inch or two from the top. You can use your finger and kind of go like just past your first knuckle. We're going to draw a line across the top of our paper. It does not need to be a perfect line. Notice how mine is not perfect or straight. I did not need a ruler. We're just adding a guideline here. Okay, so this is where our first value scale is going to go. And it's called a step value scale. So write the words step value scale underneath it. Step value scale. And what we're going to do, this is going to be a 6-step value scale. So we need this bar up here to be divided into 6 pretty decently even squares. So to do that, we're going to divide this entire thing in half. So about where the middle is, we're going to draw a vertical line so that it is now split into 2 sections. And then each of these 2 sections need to be split into 3 squares. So that we'll have 3 and 3 to make the 6 that we need. So looking at this first section here, we're going to divide this into 3 squares by putting a line about right here and another line about right here. So I've now divided this section into 3 somewhat equal squares. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So looking at this side, I'm going to divide this into 3 squares. I'm going to put a line about right here and a line about right here. If your 6 boxes are not even, it's totally okay. As long as you have 6 there, they do not need to be perfect. Okay. You can also number underneath the boxes. So let's start over here at the left with a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. Okay, so number 1 is going to be dark. So I'm going to put here on the left, dark, D-A-R-K. Over here is going to be dark. And as it goes this way, putting an arrow, it's going to go all the way up to number 6 being light. Okay, go ahead and put that on yours as well. So this is the first section. We are done with this. So this would be ready for you to follow along on the video on how to do a step value scale. Okay. So to set up for another value exercise for later, we're going to go down to the bottom of your paper. Notice how I'm holding my paper up and down. I should have said that in the beginning of the video, not left to right. Okay. If you did do it left to right, that's fine. You just have a longer value scale, but up and down is going to be the best for this. Okay. So at the bottom, we're going to do the same thing about at the very bottom, like maybe an inch or 2 from the bottom. We're going to do a line going across. Oops. There we go. My sticker underneath my desk got me, but that's okay. I don't mind. I can also use my eraser if I want it to look a little prettier. Can I connect those? That's close enough. So now I've got the bottom, a bar for the bottom. Now this one is not going to have boxes in it. We're actually going to leave it empty like this. And this is going to be called a gradient scale. Gradient scale. That is how you spell it. Put it closer for you. Gradient scale. Gradient means a smooth transition from left to right. Smooth transition. Okay, so starting here, I'm going to number them. Even though there's no boxes, I'm going to still number them. You'll find out later how that's going to be helpful when you're doing both of these value scales. So over here on the left, I'm still going to put a little 1, 2, 3. I'm kind of matching up to the numbers up here, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and again, this is going to be 1 will be dark all the way up to 6 being light. Okay, so now this bottom part, the gradient scale, is ready to be followed along with the video on how to do that. Okay. The last thing we're going to set up is here in the middle. You got a space here in the middle. It's up to you on how you want to do it, but this is where you're going to put the cube and the sphere from the videos on how to shade a cube and a sphere. So if you want to just set that up for you, you can choose either side, doesn't really matter. I'll choose a box here. I'll put the cube on the left. So I'm going to do a square. Does not need to be a perfect square. About that big. And then a circle on this side. About that big. And now both of these are going to be set up for the demonstration video on how to shade a cube. You can even label this cube, and how to shade a sphere. Okay, so now your paper is set up for all 4 of the exercises that we are going to be doing in this assignment. You're ready to watch the video on the step value scale, and then you'll watch the video on the gradient scale, and then you'll do the cube and then the sphere. And then you'll be done and ready to take a picture of this to turn in.